Woo! Okay, here we go. Hello, hello. So it's a little bit after midnight, and I'm on a kind of a holiday. Anyway, I'm somewhere different than where I normally am. I'm not in my own place. Anyway, so I was just starting to improvise a little bit. I'll see if I can get the same thing coming. I just made a tiny improvisation just a little bit before this filming, so I'm just going to see if I can get it back on again, sing the same thing because it was a song, you see. But if not, I'll just make another improvisation. We'll see what comes out. Yeah, okay. I'll just improvise anyway. It's just all an improvisation anyway. Yeah. Okay. I just need to kind of get back into it. Okay. Okay. Yeah, okay. I've been through a lot, but I've come through it. I've been through a lot, but I've come through it. I've been through a lot. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. I've been through a lot, but I've come through it. I've been through a lot, but I've come through it. I've been through a lot. Yeah, 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 yeah. But I have come through it. I have come through it. Yeah, 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 yeah. There have been moments where it's been really dark. There have been moments of darkness in my life. There have been moments where things have been very tough. And sometimes I've almost given up, but I've ended up with never giving up, and that's why I'm still here today. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I've held out, I've had help from Jesus, from God's source, from my angels, from all the divine forces that has helped me, that have helped me. I'm not always writing or singing or speaking perfectly English. But yeah, I've had help from different forces, divine forces. I've been helped by divine forces. Ooh, do, 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 and I'm divine myself. Yay. I'm a divine source. I'm a divine soul, and I'm basically God's source in essence. Yes, we all are as living souls, all that are living souls, not the clones out there, but the real living souls. We who are, we who are real living souls, we are an expression of God's source, and we are in essence God's source. God's source has a human experience through us all, lives through us all, and expresses himself or herself, whatever you want to say, through us all. Yay! Woo! Day. Anyway, I'm just here in wowdy dowdy. I'm here in the now. Wow! I had a really interesting experience when I was arriving at this place. I'm in the home of someone close to me, and uh, from my memory, I could not remember to have been given any code. So I thought all I needed to click on when I came into this house, where there was an alarm on, was to click on a certain button. That's all I could remember being told about, and I am very sure about that. I can't remember getting told anything about a code, and I'm very, very sure about that. So I think someone must have forgotten to tell me about a code, and it turned out I needed to have a code. So it was a crazy situation here, because suddenly the alarm went off. Well, I clicked the alarm on. No, I mean off. Sorry. So everything should be fine, I thought. But the thing was that it wasn't enough to just um, click on this special button for turning off the alarm. It was also needed to dismantle the alarm or some of that. I don't know what to call it in English. Basically, you know, dismantle the alarm. Basically, make the alarm totally usable, or whatever it's called. I'm sorry, I'm messing it up, and I'm not speaking perfect English. But yeah, it was something extra I needed to do to kind of shut the alarm completely off. And then I didn't know what to do. And it looked like I needed to put in a code, but I hadn't been given any code to put in. So I was just helpless and I didn't know what to do. The alarm went off, and I was told by this voice, "Oh, the alarm is off as for burglars. The burglar alarm is on. I mean on. I said the wrong thing when I said off some seconds ago. Sorry about that. So I was told the burglar alarm is on. I was told it was on. As if, the police was on its way or something like that. So it was all a bit crazy and dramatic for some seconds, but it looked like I needed to click on a code on this place I was in. I mean, on this place I was looking at, this alarm thingy. And then I decided to try with some special type of things, some special numbers that were connected to the people I knew I needed to think about to do with this thing. And at first, I tried one type of number sequence, and that didn't work. Then I tried a second one that it could have been, and that didn't work. Then I tried a third code, and it was to do with one individual, and I can't tell you what kind of code it was because I don't want anyone to come here and try to guess the code. But anyway, yeah, it turned out the third one was the right one. Yay! So finally, something happened where my code was accepted. The two first codes weren't accepted, but the third one was accepted, and then everything suddenly started becoming fine and being all right. And soon afterwards, I was told by this voice that I had successfully managed to deal with the situation. I can't remember how they put it, but basically, I had successfully managed to deal with this situation with dismantling the alarm or something like that. And then I was told no further action was going to be taken. So then I was relaxed. I was relieved, and I knew that the police wouldn't suddenly show up here. I was imagining before that, when the alarm had gone off at first, I mean, when there was all this beeping going on, and I thought the police was maybe on its way, I was imagining what happened. I mean, what I was going to do, what would happen, and what I was going to do. And the good thing was, I had my my passport with me. Yeah. I had my passport with me. So I was thinking, in the worst case, if I have to prove my identity or something like that, because these things can happen these days, we can be told to prove our identities. Yeah. So I was thinking, if something like that happened, then I could at least show them my passport so I could prove who I was in that way, in this modern system. But it's all actually a fake identity when you've got a legal identity, like we have basically inside of our passports, in documents like a passport and birth certificates and things like that. It's all just a made up dead character that's there. Do you know what I mean? It's not us. We are not those legal identities. That's something called our straw man. Yeah, you can look it up online. We are not those identities. It's basically a false identity that's created in our name. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, it's not really good. So it's really not good. It's basically a fake identity, and we are, all of us that are living souls, like I am, we are living souls. So, we are something in ourselves. Innately, we are who we are. And we don't even need a last name. We can just have a name. And some of us, we have actually a soul name, but we don't always know about it. But when we come into a human body as a soul, we are given a name for our character. Like, I'm called Ruth Kristin, but that's actually just a name for the character I am having in this human experience, in this live stream I'm in now. That's that's some of the things I'm believing in now. I didn't used to believe in these things like reincarnation before, but I do now. Yeah, and I believe that I'm just having this character as Ruth Christine in my present live stream, but that in another life, I've had another name and I've had another identity. Maybe I was a housewife in France one time, for example. Maybe I was a lady that was a Red Indian lady, a Native American lady who was living somewhere in what's now called the United States of America. You know what I mean? Anyway, I've been lots of places, I believe. Yeah, I'm an old soul. Yeah. Anyway, let's move on. Wow, what a woo! Yeah, what a video! Because I'm just chatting along and I'm just improvising and talking about lots of different things. It's like when I'm telling a story. What can happen to me is a bit like when you're traveling, like you're in a bus or no, that's not a good example. You're traveling in a car, and say if someone said in the car, "Oh, why don't we go to this side road here and let's have a look at this farm over here," and then you take a road. I mean, you take into the side road. Everyone is agreeing. The whole group, maybe a family. Oh yeah, let's go and have a look at that farm, right? So it's a sidetrack in a way because you were maybe on your way to the beach or to a cabin or something else, and so you just took this little route to the side just for viewing around in that area, having a view around in that area, And then after that, you came back to the main road, and then you kept on your journey, going straight ahead towards your goal, to the target, to where you wanted to go to. But then you kept on seeing little side roads. And you just kept on going into the left or the right now and then to look at things on your way to your destination. And that's how it often is with me. When I'm telling a story, I'm often sidetracked by an idea or a thought or a memory here and there. So I'm just suddenly remembering something because my main story might remind me of something else. So I sometimes get off into these side stories, like a sidetrack or a side journey as a part of the bigger journey. And it's all a bit messy for me sometimes. I mean, my storytelling can become a bit messy, or at least in other people's view, I guess. But anyway, I'm just being me, whether this or that happens, and whether I talk in this or that way, I'm just being me and I'm just being free. Yay. Yeah, so that's the way it is. But sorry, I was going to say something, but I forgot it. Yeah. Ay, ay. Why am I talking away here? Because I'm enjoying it. I like it. Why am I making YouTube films? Because I'm enjoying it. Yeah, we have to do what we enjoy. We have to have fun in life. We have to be free. We have to be ourselves. And sometimes it's a good enough reason to do something just because you enjoy it. Actually, a lot of the time, that's a good enough reason. You don't have to always be serious or do something for a serious reason. Like, you have to cook to feed yourself, and that's a serious reason for cooking, that you need to feed yourself. But sometimes you can just have fun and just do something just for the fun of it. And in this case, in many ways, I'm just having fun when I'm making YouTube films often. It's not always a big reason behind every film. I mean, it's often not a big reason behind every film, but in a way, it is a big reason behind all of them. Also, those films that I'm just making because I'm having fun with making a film, or doing something fun, or filming myself for fun and things like that. Because the thing is, when I'm having fun and I'm showing that to the world, I'm doing something that's called raising the frequency on this planet. That's one of the things I'm doing by doing that. When I'm doing something where I'm having fun, because then I've got good vibes and I'm spreading those good vibes. And also, I'm being an example because I'm showing people that you're allowed to have fun, and it's good to have fun. We can't be serious all the time. We need to have fun and we need to enjoy life. And basically, it's all about enjoying life, this, you see. But anyway, I enjoy being me and being free, and also making YouTube videos. And I enjoy lots of other things as well. But these are some examples of things I enjoy doing. By the way, it's 0017. Oh, it's just turned 0018, but it was 0017. I love it. I'm getting excited by that because 17 is my favorite number. Woohoo! Wowdy dowdy. I am bubbly right now, am I not? I find myself to be bubbly right now. And it's all a bit crazy in a way because it's past midnight. I'm energetic and I'm bubbly, and I haven't even had my evening food, my supper. It's all a bit crazy. Yeah, this day has been a quite a unique day. I mean, quite a unique day. By the way, I'm sorry it's a bit dark, and my camera, what you call it, quality isn't the best, unfortunately, on this web camera. By the way, I was just starting to film it. I was just testing this out, and I'm just doing this. Wow! I'm making this film, and I think it will become some kind of a YouTube video. Yeah, that's my plan right now. Yeah. Ooh, I need to breathe as well. We all need to take some big deep breaths now and then. It's important. We need to take some big deep breaths. Yeah. Okay. Anyway, I was just thinking of the light situation because it's not an ideal light situation. I'm just thinking, what if I put on the light? I mean, the light for this area that I'm in, because I've got light further down in the room I'm in, but right in this area of the room, I've only got the light from the web camera. So it looks a bit dark on here. But the thing is, it's a bit dark around me. So in a way, it's just really suitable because in this way, by the way, I'm sorry, I'm not always looking straight into the camera. I'm not very good at remembering that often, but I can try to get better with that. But yeah, the thing is that in a way it just is very suitable that it's just the way it is right now because now I'm just showing how it is, you know what I mean? Because it is a bit dark here. So you're getting the same atmosphere. You're getting the same you're getting the same atmosphere as I have here because I'm sitting here in a little bit of darkness, in a little bit of subdued place. I mean, it's subdued with the lighting. It's not much light right here where I'm sitting right now. Yes, and that's the thing. Well. Now, everyone who knows about this place, who sees this on YouTube, they will realize, oh, so she's there. You know what I mean? They will realize where I am, but that's okay. Some people can realize where I am. Yeah. They're only people that are nice people. They're not, people with bad intentions. But anyway, I'm safe here and I'm locked in. No one can come and get me here anyway. I mean, if there were anyone who wanted to try to get me here, yeah. No. Anyway, so back to the first thing, I was singing about having been through a lot. Yeah, I've been through a lot. I don't want to tell about all here on YouTube. And maybe I won't tell much about it on YouTube ever. I don't know. But I might tell a bit about some stuff I've been through at some point in the future. Or maybe I'll just share a lot of my songs because I made a lot of songs to do with different things I've been through. Yeah, in general, I made a lot of songs to do with at least some of the things I've been through. So I might share a lot of them, and in that way, I'll share about things I've been through. I've already shared some things to do with things I've been through by putting on some songs to do with my life already here on YouTube. And sometimes I've talked a little bit to do with being through different things. Anyway, I've been through a lot of tough things, and I know very well how it is to have a tough time and go through a tough period. And I'm going to make a video to do with the recording I made some weeks ago. And it's an audio recording. And I'm talking in that recording quite a lot about finding the stars in the night. I'm just delayed with making it into a video, but I'm going to make it into video. Yeah, I'm going to add some background media, yeah, to the audio so you can watch a film with me talking there. And I'm talking quite a lot there about finding the stars in your night. Yeah, because when you're going through something that feels like a night or like going through a tunnel, it's very important that you find some light points here and there that can help you to hold out and that can cheer you up and yeah, light up your way in a way. And it's a bit like when I lived in the north of Norway many years ago for a period of time, there was this darkness period there that is common in a big part of Norway, in a big part of the northern parts of Norway. And in that time period, well, it's a time in the winter time where for a couple of months you actually can't see the sun. in that area of Norway where this is happening, this thing I'm talking about. So it's a very dark period where most of the day it's just dark all around you. It's just dark most of the day. But in the middle of the day, like you could say midday. Yeah, I would say it's around midday. Um, so around lunchtime, you could say there is a little bit of light, and you can often see some colors from the sunset or the sunrise when you're up there, because the sun is still around, of course. It's just that you can't actually see the sun itself because of the positioning of the sun at that period of time far up in the north of Norway. And you just have to see some light from the sun and some colors to do with the sun, like a sunset. You can see some of the sunset, you can see some light from the sun. So it comes a little bit of time in the day, like around midday. That's all I know from my memory, that it was around midday. There was a little time. Yeah, so sorry, it's only that time. So it's around midday. You can see the sun. No, sorry, the sunlight. I mean, you can. No, sorry, you can't exactly see the sunlight. But what I mean is that there is some daylight then around midday. I'm sorry, I'm not always explaining it all properly here, but I'm trying to say that you can see some daylight, but never as bright as if it was, a normal time of the year, or as in the south of Norway, where you can see the sun every day of the year. Yeah, so the north of Norway, above a certain area, I mean, in the north of Norway, and all up north from there, it's a very unique area in that area where in the wintertime you can't see the sun itself. You can never see it physically on the sky. And you can only sometimes see some nice sunset colors and things like that. So you can kind of see the traces of the sun sometimes. It depends on the weather, how nice the weather is, to put it like that. But anyway, because of that way it is up there, it is very dark period where it's just a little bit of the day where you can see some daylight, and it's not totally dark, but apart from that, it's just 100% dark, and it looks like it's the night all the time, whether it's in the middle of the day or what. I mean, like 3 or 4 o'clock in the afternoon, for example. Normally, it would be light and bright outside, but up there, it's dark around that time. It's dark, totally dark. So it feels like you're in the middle of the night. So when I was there, and I wasn't used to living there because I'm from the south of Norway, so I'm not used to this darkness period. I mean, I wasn't used to that from growing up in Norway in the south. So when I had moved to the north of Norway many years ago, and I was a woman, I wasn't a girl, then I found it sometimes to be tough. It was unusual, but it was something I think I quite quickly got used to. But in any case, it was just in general, it was a bit tough, but not all the time. But I just felt it sometimes, the way I remember it, that it was a little bit tough sometimes. It wasn't always so easy to have this period of life. But most of the time, I was okay, and I didn't notice it so much because most of the time I was working from morning till sometime in the afternoon. So I was very busy in the daytime and then working indoors with lots of electrical lights on. So most of the day, it just felt like an ordinary day. And I wasn't thinking so much about what was going on inside because I was so, no, I mean outside, sorry, because I was so busy with what was going on the outside. No, sorry, on the inside. Oh, sorry, I'm messing it up. What I mean is that most of the time I was just busy with what I was doing on the inside of where I was. I was working as a teacher at the time, and I was most of the time just very concerned with indoors activities. And also when I'd come back home from work, I was mostly just indoors. So I had a lot of electricity and the lights from the electricity around me. So I didn't think so much about the darkness. But I thought about now and then, and I remember that it was a bit tough for me when I wasn't used to having been up there in the north. I wasn't used to having, to living there, and especially the first year of this new way of living. was quite tough for me, I think. Well, or maybe not quite tough, but a little, sorry, at least a little bit tough sometimes, the way I remember it. Anyway, I do remember something that cheered me up very much that time. And felt, well, it felt like something that cheered me up those days. And what it was that sometimes when I lived there in the north of Norway that time, I saw the Northern Lights, and that is really beautiful. And that is just, wow, it's spectacular. I can really recommend it that you go to Norway at a time where it's a good chance to see it, and at an area like the north of Norway where it's a good chance to see it if you get the chance, because it's really beautiful. The Northern Lights are really beautiful. And I was blessed with getting to see it many times when I lived in the north and sorry, when I lived in the north of Norway. And I remember that I felt like when I saw the Northern Lights, like when I was on my way from work and I was going home, it wasn't far to walk, but in that little distance, it was just really nice to see the Northern Lights when I did see it, and it was feeling like a little um, treat and a blessing, and like something that cheered me up, and I felt like, at least I got that thing that was something unique and special and something that I could be happy about in the middle of the darkness. And it's a bit like with when you're going through a difficult time period. When you're going through a difficult time period, it's important that you find some things that you can be happy about or be cheered up by or be getting hope by, something that can give you hope in the middle of the difficult period that you're going through. Yeah, so I recommend that you look for light things. I mean, light points in your existence. I mean, if you're in a really difficult period of time where you're really struggling or having a very difficult time for some reason or many reasons, yeah. So, for example, you can think about things that are good for you to think about, like God is with me, or you can say to yourself, this is just temporary, I'm going to get out of this. And you can say things like, there is always light at the end of the tunnel. And you can say things like, one day this night will be over and I will be in a new day, in a new period of life where everything is much better for me. Things like that, you can cheer yourself up. So, yeah, I recommend that. But also, it's very good when you come through things that uh, you are proud of yourself, and you can think well about yourself when you've managed to get through difficult things, because it's a really good thing to do that. And you can also be grateful for everyone who has supported you through it, whether it's the divine forces you're thinking about that have supported you. And I think we get a lot of divine support, and often we probably don't think so much about it. I think at least many of us have it like that. But anyway, I believe we get a lot of divine support, us humans beings, and us living souls. And also we can get support, by friends and family, and maybe counselors, and yeah, just different kind of people around us. Sometimes we do get support from different people, and say if you've gone through a whole year or 2 3 years that have been really difficult, and there's been one or two friends who's always been there for you, who's always supported you, who's always showed that they really care about you and that they love you through it all, then it's a good idea to, afterwards, when it's all over and you've come to a much better place, to share with them how you feel about what their support meant to you, like saying, what, I really appreciate all the support you gave me when I was going through all that tough time, and thank you so much for that. I love you so much, and I really appreciate your support. Things like that. Yeah. But anyway, wow, I'm chatting away here on this unique recording on my mini break, because I'm kind of on a little holiday here. But yeah, it's less than a minute left before this recording will end, so I'll just have to end it soon. But it was nice to have a little chat, to put it like that. Well, it was nice to share some things with you, and on the spur of the moment, just be me, be free, and just improvise. Hello to you and goodbye to you all. And good night, because I'm going to eat some nice food and go to bed in not so long. But good night and good day if you're in the daytime. Have a good time and love yourself and love people around you. Take care and goodbye. Love from me. Bye. Yay! Bye bye.